Live. Okay, share your screen with an audience. All right. Testing 1, 2. All right, so share. I think it's going now. I think we're live. I'm not too sure we're live now. Let me see. It's like this testing 1, 2. All right. And stream. All right. So let me see. In stream. Mute microphone. Let me put some microphone in here. Hello? Testing 1, 2. All right, we're testing one. So we're in a stream. We're on a live stream, folks. Okay. We are live. All right. Hopefully, what people will know. Let's see what we got here. Kind of new to I'm kind of new to this, but we'll kind of tweak it out as we go. All right, folks. We have to come to the bottom of this. Taking a look at what is it? All right. So let me see what we got here. I need to show you some people. So I'm a brand new streamer. We are going to talk about the cost of living in California and also how some of these landlords are ripping off these tenants because it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's getting quite expensive in California. And with that being said, it's ridiculous. Some of these people who pay expensive houses, for some reason, I don't get it. You buy expensive houses you can't afford, and then you rent them out to tenants all because you can't afford the house in the first place. So it doesn't make sense to me. So no. So I have ran into some of these. I went on Craigslist and I have saw some of these houses, some of these apartments, and what they're going for. Now, I don't know about you people, but I'm going to tell you right now. You go to Texas, it's not that expensive. California is just nothing but a ripoff, folks. I'm just letting you know. It's bad. So, you know, let's take a look at it. We'll go to Craigslist and Texas. Excuse me. Let's pick out one in Texas and see what Texas is doing. And let's find out how much it is to rent an apartment in Texas. Let's take a look at it. Let's take San Antonio. All right, let's go into housing sharing. All right, folks. It's almost the same price, but, the renter is just outrageous. But let me see, what is this? A 2-bedroom? Hold on. Let me see. $1,000. All bills paid. Still not bad. Hold on. Here, let me share this with you guys. Oh, that's not it. Let me go ahead and share this. And because I definitely want to share this. Hold on. Share screen. So let's go to San Antonio and share. So let's take a look at this. All right. So let's take a look at this. Look at the prices of these houses over here in these apartments in San Antonio. It's it's probably the same prices as in California. I mean, by looks of this, it's crazy. You can get maybe this is all. If you look at right here, these are basically these are like maybe what you call hotels, whatnot, and so forth. This one here, let's go ahead and scroll this up. Let's open this one up. So if you look at this one's really cool. $499 downtown private room with a private interest, fiber, internet, and laundry. Okay, let's take a look at that. Look at this, folks. You see that? There you go. Hold on. Let me make sure that you see all this here. That's a nice little place. Not too shabby. Bathroom. Okay. What do they want? They basically want a $500 deposit. Look at this. Need first month rent, $500 deposit to move in. So $1,000. You go basically, you know, you go basically over here in Sacramento. Hold on. Let's take a look at this. Let's try to get into this here. So let's take a look at both. We'll tap on this, Sacramento, and then this one. Hold on. Okay, so let's take a look at Sacramento. Now, I know if you look at Sacramento, it's crazy. All right, it's crazy in Sacramento. It's ridiculous. Look at that. They want like they want a 925, and they also want another 925 for a deposit. This is ridiculous, folks. You know, the ones that are basically making money off you are the landlord, are the ones that own the property in the first place. Yeah. So let me tell you my experience that I had. I went to a place over here, just in Rancho Cordova. I just want to let you know I'm going to be moving to Texas pretty soon because it's better to live there. And in case you people don't know, here, let me help you out. There is no state, there's no income tax withheld. That means, the income tax you take out of your personal check? No longer in Texas. Nope. California, yes. California. California basically has tax withheld and federal, so you got to pay both. There is something wrong, and I think California is a joke. I have told this to many people, and I have said this. This is now you don't want to be a sucker to stay here because I'll give it to you straight. I've been working for 40 years. Okay, let's say I did some calculation. This is basically a rough estimate. Now picture this. And you can crunch the numbers yourself, but this is the ballpark estimate. I basically, out of 40 years of working, okay, an average of just one person per year. Now this is per year, okay? So 1 year, a person will end up taking, the state takes out one person, and this, if you're claiming one person, if you're claiming yourself, that means that you end up, you what's the state's going to take out $5,500. Would you believe it? $5,500 is what they're going to take out for the entire year. Okay, so when you do your state tax, including your federal, but they were talking state here. If you do your state tax and do your state tax and whatnot, they take they you'd be lucky if you get $500 as a refund. Yeah, they take that 5,000. What are they doing with it? So you figure you got a homeless situation going in California, okay? You got lousy roads you got lousy roads wherever you go, potholes, horrible. You go over there in Powerian Road and Florida. These are the politicians that here in California are not doing jack crap ever. They're not doing anything in California. So they're taking $5,500 for the every single year. You're lucky you get $500 back in your tax return. They're taking your $5,000. So if you work 40 years and $5,000, just think about this now. Think about it slowly. This is just a guesstimate, and this is, if you want to do crunch numbers, $5,000 a year times 40. They're taking $200,000 out of your check for 40 years. What is wrong with this? What is wrong with the state? What is wrong with America? 200,000. And what are they doing with the money? Okay, so figure this. So they take about, so 30 million people live in California, right? 30 million. 30 million people live in California. So that's 30 million. Okay, so that's right. 30 million people live in California. So that means they are, if you times 5 times 30 million, what is it? No, excuse me. 5,000 times 30 million is about what? I can't even figure that. It's just astronomical. So let's do the maths here. So you got like 30 million. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then you times that 30 million. That's 30,000. Hold on. So 2 more times, okay? And you times it by 5. Let's see. So approximately, they are taking $6 billion out of 30 million people that live in California. 6 billion, folks. 6 billion. And you need to balance the budget with 6 billion? You could take $1 billion. Why don't you give it to San Francisco for the homeless? Can you imagine what $1 billion can go a long way? You got people right now. I've been looking at the other videos here. You got other videos, people that are taking care of the homeless, and they're basically what they're doing. Other YouTube channels that I've been watching because I'm a YouTube freak, and they basically help the homeless, all because what they do, we're taking care of the homeless and what the government should be doing. Obviously, they're not doing enough. And if they did, there would not be no potholes. There would not be no homeless people on the street. So who's getting the money, folks? It's called G as in George, N as in Nancy, O as in Oscar. You know what that is? Yeah. It's basically, you know what it is, right? It's NGO, non-government organization. They're giving money to people, they're crooks. Yes. They're giving it to their family, they're giving it to their friends, they're giving to all this kind of stuff and so forth. Did you hear about Gavin Newsom? He's building an $11 million house. Must be nice. Yeah, sure. And I don't understand it. What I'm getting ticked off about is this. You know, we have a lot of money coming in California. They're basically what they want you to do is that they don't care if you struggle. They want you to make sure that you barely making it to the dime. Yeah. They want you to struggle, folks. Yep. They don't care. Because remember, they're adding this new, what is it called? They're adding what is it called? They're adding that new here, let's try this. New new tax new new what is it called? New drive law in California. Watch this. Okay. Okay, so check that out. Oh, new drive law per mile in California. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share this with you because I want to show with you. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show this with you, and I want you to see this. Check this out. As of early 2026, there is no active per mile law for California, but the state is actively studying the potential mileage-based road usage as a replacement for the declining gas tax. See, that's one thing about California. They always come up with a new tax for everything. But Texas doesn't do that. Texas takes care of their people. You know what? I had called a friend in Texas who actually lived there. And you know how much gas is over there in Texas? Yes, Texas. $1.99. Yes, right now. He's going to send me a picture, and I'll go show you folks next week when we go live again, and I'll show you what the gas is over there in Texas. But the problem is with gas, with over here in California, they basically have different consumption. So when they change from, you know how they change from different gas from corn and all that kind of stuff and so forth, they raise the prices of the gas because, you know, they keep changing the different the different kind of fuel, and you have to pay more because it takes a lot more money to actually make that kind of gas. But in Texas, they don't do that. But are you ready for something else? How about this, folks? You're in California. Texas don't have a smog. They don't have any smog in. You don't have to have. You know how when you have to smog your car, you don't have to smog your car in Texas. No. Nope, you don't have to. And also, by the way, you people that are paying $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 a registration, it's a joke, folks. It's a joke. You know how much they pay for registration? As long as it's not a big wheel or one of these big old trucks. Only $70 for all cars. All cars. Yeah, and no smog. And by the way, if you got a light check on your car, and it has something to and they want you to smog your car, you can't. They won't smog your car, but you have a light check on your car. And you know what the light check is, right? It could be lots of things. It could be basically saying that you don't. It could basically say that you have to either get it fixed. By the way, even if it's a gas cap and it's not tight enough, but you don't know that. But sometimes people are buying that thing. What you call on Amazon, and they're buying those things where you just kind of like turn off the light. You know, you put it underneath the car, and it turns the smog off. Yeah, they're buying those too, so that way you can pass smog. But still, even if it's something more detrimental other than just the smog, I mean, basically, if it's other than just the gas cap, and it's something major that you have to get fixed, it can cost you between $300 to $500, folks. It can. It can cost you $300 to $500. Yes, that's right. Sure enough, folks. So I just wanted to throw this out to you because $300 to $500 to get it smogged, and then they have to turn off the red light. Excuse me, the light check engine light check engine light, whatever you want to call it. They have to actually get that fixed too. Then you got to pay for the registration, and that's another what, depending how new or old your car is. If it's an older car, the most you pay is $250. It's an older car. If it's a new car, you pay $400. And guess what? In Texas, it's $70 for all the cars except for one car. You know what that is? A Tesla. The Tesla is $400. Just a Tesla. See, they want us to go green in California, but they don't care about being green in Texas, huh? They don't care. Nope, they don't. So anyway, so I've been wanting to, Texas is on my list right now, you know. And I'll tell you one thing. California's a big joke. It's a cash grab. It's all this is, a cash grab. And and you want to vote for a Democrat? I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm an independent. But if you're going to take care of me, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to vote for you. But if the cost of living in California keeps going up, people are leaving California. Last year, what was it, in 2024 and 2025? You know how many people left California last year? Over 680,000 people. Yes, that's right. Can't believe it. The year before, 1 million. People are tired of politicians like California. People are tired of being taken advantage of. And these politicians, like the Democrat, are taking advantage of the citizen of California. I know, because I've been living there for 4 years. And to be honest with you, it's getting quite expensive more and more. Texas, I have something for you. Let me tell you what they're doing. Let's find this out. So I've been told that new law, they just passed a new law in California. And this, by the way, in case you didn't know, there are, I think, 5 states, to my understanding, that don't have income tax. Nashville's one of them. How many states don't have income tax? Let's try that. Ready? Let's try that. There you go, folks. Right here. How many states that don't have income tax? Could you, by the way, in case you didn't know, could you use $5,000? Could you use $5,000? I know I could. But the state of California is taking it all. Well, as of 2026, 9 of the United States don't have personal state income tax. Alaska, Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. While these states do not have tax wages, they rely on higher sales tax, property tax, or excise tax to fund government services. But so that's still good, but it's a trade-off. I'd rather not support a state that's going to take all the money. No, I'd rather take control of my own income tax. I don't need to pay the state when the state is not taking care of me, especially if they're taking my income tax and they're not even taking care of the homeless. They're not taking care of the homeless. There's potholes all over the place. I went all over there to Power Inn, and there was nothing but potholes, cracked pavement. They got money. But the non-government organizations, these politicians are giving it to their friends. They have money. They have it. And you want to vote for a governor who wants to be president? No, I don't think so. No. You start taking care of the homeless situation. Well, how many times has he was going to take care of the homeless and he hasn't done it? How many times has he said that in this state? let's figure this out. Let me help you people so I can open your eyes a little bit better. What is the homeless? What is the percentage? What is the percentage? What is the percentage of homeless in Texas? We'll also go with Nashville, Tennessee. What's the percentage? Okay. All right. As of 2020, Texas has a population of approximately 27. They have a population of 27,987. Okay. Represented roughly about nine people per. That's pretty damn good. 9 people per 10,000 in the state, while the number of individuals experienced homelessness increased in 2023, particularly among veterans. Okay, these are veterans and families. Texas maintains, but so you got to understand, here's where it says right here. Texas maintains a lower rate of homeless compared to national average, to the national average. So you're basically, this is way below overall the national average in all 50 states. They're the lowest compared to overall 50 states. That's pretty damn good. Okay, but here's the kicker. All right, so here's the biggest kicker. Let's go ahead and split the screen. All right, and then split the screen. All right, so we'll split it. And we'll do a split screen. Let me see here. We'll do this one. All right. Can we see that? All right. I don't know. I don't know if I can split the screen here. We'll just go ahead and go back to this one. Here, let me try this. So that's pretty low. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so now we can take a look at this. I need to show this to you people. Now let's take a look at California. Now remember, that's pretty damn good. Let's take a look at California. What is the percentage in California? We don't even want to see that. And you're probably saying, well, look at California, Texas. They're pretty much the same size state. Now look at this. Holy moly. As of yearly 2024, California has at least 187,084 people experiencing homelessness, representing approximately 0.48% of the state total population. While this is one of the highest per capita rate in the United States, it accounts for 24 to 30%. Now remember, Texas was about what? I don't know, 6%. This is 30% of the nation total population. The growth is 3% between 2023. So California has the highest percentage of unsheltered homeless in the nation, which is roughly two-thirds living in the streets, in cars and encampment. California, you're doing a good job, politicians. Greedy. You're doing a good job. Thank you for representing your tax dollars at work. Your tax dollar not at work. That's the problem. So this needs to stop. This needs to stop. We need to do something. We need to do better. We haven't done better since the last 60 years since I lived in California. Nothing has changed. As a matter of fact, it's actually gotten worse. Listen, people, we are getting ripped off by expensive tenants, by expensive rent in California. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I'll be honest with you. I went to this one place to go check out just to be here temporary for about 6 months. I just need something for 6 months until I move to Texas. But I'll tell you something else. I'll tell you one thing. By the way, if you decide to go on Social Security, your money will go a lot further in Texas than here in California, because they don't care if you're basically struggling. They don't care. They want to make sure they get every dime, they want to make sure they get every dime and every penny out of you. They don't care about you struggling, because obviously they're not struggling. Obviously they're not. They're doing a lousy, freaking bad job in California. They're not taking care of the people. That's all they want. Money, 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 money. And you know something else? You can't take it with you. I don't know what the hell you want. I don't know what the hell you're doing with my money because you're not using it where it's supposed to go. The homeless situation has gotten worse. There's even people sleeping in front of the city hall in Sacramento. Well, I took pictures of that. That is ridiculous. That should not happen. We are America, people. We could do better. But obviously, California hasn't done better. That's all they care about is, filling out their. Look, politicians, I got word for you. You came with nothing, you're leaving with nothing. So what the hell is that money? What does money have anything? What does money going to do for you when life is over? Are you going to take it with you when you croak or what? Give it to the people that need it. What is wrong with you? You want to be elected, huh? Well, hey, I hate to say it, maybe they need to elect a Republican in California because I'm telling you right now, if the Republicans in Texas is doing a better job and they're taking care of the people in California, where $70 registration, what else? They have Affordable Care Act, yes, they do. What about, and also there's no income tax. What I've been told, their pavement, their streets, their freeway is immaculate. They're in great shape. And the money and then all the sales tax that you guys want, the sales tax. Oh, they need to go for pavement. They need to go for the pavement, yeah. Well, there's still potholes over here, folks. Go to Florin Perkins and go all the way down, and you'll get potholes. The damn pavement is uneven, and you know what it does to the car? Yeah, what it does to the car when you don't smooth out, when you don't redo the damn pavement, it messes up the alignment in my car. But also on top of that, and I don't want to hear the crap and say, well, you can get a refund on your tire, or you can. You know how long that's going to take? Forever. Why don't you be preventable? Take care of the damn street. The money that we give you, $6 billion a year, and I don't want to hear a damn wisecrack out of you and you basically say, oh, we don't get that much money. Yes, you do. Because if you want raises, I know how much each of their salaries, I know your salary. Well, maybe what we'll do is that we'll go ahead and get your salary amount for next week on the video live, and we can show these people that are voting for you how much you make. Because obviously you don't deserve to make that much money. You really don't. Not at all. You sit in your butt and you don't do anything. That's all you do. Simple. I think what they should do is vote for Republican. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear a wisecrack at them and say, well, the Republicans are going to take your they're going to take your they're going to take your health care away and all that stuff. So look, they're not going to take that away. As a matter of fact, they're doing better in Texas. They are doing better in Texas. Because you know why? I'll show you this. Check this out. Because I will show you this. How much is a house in San Antonio, Texas?